May 20th, 1876. Dearest Robert, today is a new day. Some guy named Alexander Graham Bell just invented this new thing called the telephone, or at least that's what I think they call it. Well, no longer will I be writing to you, since I will now be able to just pick up my new telephone and call you whenever I want. I'm so excited, since it's a new way to communicate. So, the letter days are over. I guess that's good though, because now we won't have to waste all those trees and paper. So, with all my love, Susan.
Well, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby.
Hey! Oh golly, this phone girl just rocks my world.
I know, I love it. It's so great. When was it invented?
Yeah, I think it was in 1876. Hey, you wanna go to the sock house with me? Yeah, since I can talk to everybody on my phone, well, they all called me and asked me if I wanted to go.
Okay, goody, let's go. What time? Alright, I'll see you soon.
That's Sandy. I'll see you later.
Oh my god, it's your favorite song! Say hello, Becky!
Hey!
Hey Becky, guess what?
What's your damage? I was in the middle of dancing.
Yeah, our favorite song is on right now. Turn it up!
No way.
And guess what else? I got a new computer. Have you heard?
Are you serious? You got one?
Yeah, come on, you gotta come over and check it out. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, I totally have to come over.
I heard they're also coming out with something called the internet where you can search the web. Isn't that totally cool?
This is crazy. That's so gnarly. I'm totally psyched.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited too.
I'm so pumped too. This is crazy. I'm coming over.
Hey, have you heard about the internet that was just created?
No, what's that?
It was created like last year in 1990. You can just go on the internet and search anything worldwide.
Worldwide?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my god.
Isn't that so cool? Yeah, here, come here.
Let's go.
Lawrence, look at it! Look how cool it is!
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
What the heck? What the heck?
These are so close.
Oh my god! Come on.
They need to make a better one.
They need to make these things faster. Oh my god, Sarah, look how sweet this computer is.
These Macs are so cool. I want to
know.
get one.
They're so much faster than before. Watch Justin Bieber's new video.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm so excited.
Woo!
He's so cute. Press that little thing, whatever.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play
Sierra
it,
Beaumier.
drag it, drop it, zip unzip it, lock it,
Greg
find it, code it,
Feinberg.
find it, view it, code it, jump and lock it, surf it, scroll it, pose
Allison
it,
Priest.
crack it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it, fax, rename
And
it,
Elsie
text it,
and
pay
Song.
it, watch it, turn it, leave it.
Ever since humans weren't walking on their hands anymore, they had the need to communicate. Based on this need, and the development of previous technologies, is the reason for the creation of Facebook.
We're going to live on the internet.
Stop. I'm talking about taking the entire social experience and putting it online.
By the creation of the Facebook in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg, a Harvard student, it became the worldwide phenomenon it is today. It started with a simple idea called FaceMash, which was a way for students at Harvard University to communicate with each other. With the aid of 52 emails, within 36 hours there were 650 members on the website and growing fast. With the help of some of Zuckerberg's friends and coworkers, it was spread to Yale, Columbia, Stanford, and then eventually worldwide. It transformed over the years from its original name of FaceMash to the Harvard Connection, to the Facebook, and then just Facebook as it is known today.
People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that? Friends, pictures, profiles, whatever you can visit, browse around. Maybe it's someone you just met at a party.
However, this idea was bittersweet. Yes, it is a website where people can keep up with old friends, check on their new friends, and upload pictures, but its use has gone out of control and become so implanted in the teenage American culture that the negative effects are shining through. There is one major reason why Facebook has such negative effects on its teen users: lack of supervision. Our group conducted a survey that was emailed out to the entire faculty at Olentangy Orange High School, a 2012 America's Best High School. Out of the 45 teachers that anonymously responded to our survey, 82.2% of them said they did have a social networking website, while the other 17.8% said they did not. When asked if the teachers were aware of their current students' activity on these social networking websites, only 4.4% of them said they were aware, while the other 95.6% of the teachers said they were unaware of their current students' activity. The overwhelming majority of teachers have a social networking website but aren't aware of their current students' actions. In some states, such as Missouri, teachers are not allowed to be connected to students on any social networking website. This can be found in the Missouri Senate Bill 54, or better known as the Amy Hester Student Protection Act. This act started when a teacher was found guilty for molesting his students. Now, because of this, Missouri made it so no teacher and student had connections online. Regardless, from our teacher's survey at Olentangy Orange High School to the ban in Missouri, a clear lack of supervision shows freedoms teens have online, which can potentially lead to negative or harmful posts in the future. With these results lingering in our minds, we decided to conduct a second survey, a survey for the students themselves. Because teachers weren't adequately supervising their current students' activities on social networking websites, we wanted to see if parents played a role. The second survey consisted of 100 random students at Olentangy Orange High School. This survey was able to conclude that 88% of the students attending Olentangy Orange High School had a Facebook account or a Twitter account, while the remaining 12% of the students said they do not have a Facebook or Twitter account. Our second question for the students was based on parent supervision. Out of the 88% that said they did have a Facebook or Twitter account, 66% of them said they were unsupervised, while the remaining 34% said they were supervised. Our third and final question for the students asked if parent supervision would change what they post. 68% of the students said that supervision would affect what they post, while the remaining 32% said that parent supervision would not affect what they post. This 34% incline shows students that aren't supervised say that supervision would affect what they post. With this knowledge, we are now able to answer why social networking websites negatively affect its users. With a lack of supervision from both teachers and parents, students have the freedom to make status posts upon their own discretion, which have the potential to negatively impact themselves and their peers. In 2007, Lori Drew acted as a fictitious 16-year-old boy named Josh Evans and caused 13-year-old Megan Meyer to commit suicide. The United States charged Lori on multiple accounts called Lori Drew versus the United States. These court cases resulted in computer fraud and abuse acts, which made it illegal to create fake accounts online. Yet again, this proves the potential of negative posts online.
I can email him, I can call him some news station. So we'll go, maybe we can take an ALE or whatever to the news station. Yeah. Because they said that they would take us out. Yeah. So that's like an all-day thing. We can go there, get taped there and everything, like tape ourselves there and everything, and like put that in our video.
Although we never took an ALE to the news station, we did make a trip down to the Ohio State University's campus to interview a couple professors.
there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today.
Oh, Ohio! Oh, H! Oh, Ohio! I! Oh! One for Ohio! Fights the team across Shoreline, Ohio! We set the rivers on the way to fight the team. Rock, rock! 'Cause we're from Ohio!
It's on the side. Do you see it? It's on the other side? On the side, possibly. It's not there.
Friday, April 27th, at approximately noon, we made our way to the Ohio State School of Communications in the North Oval Mall. We had scheduled interviews with Dr. Jesse Fox and Dr. Brandon Vanderhyde to discuss with us the effects of social networking.
Professor here in the School of Communication at Ohio State University, and I teach social media, video games, and pretty much all communication technologies and the effects and the use of those technologies.
Although we were arguing that social networking negatively affects our society today, we thought it would be interesting to hear the opposite side of the story from an interview with Dr. Brandon Vanderhyde. We were able to get him to do an interview with us right after our interview with Dr. Jesse Fox.
One of the classes I'm teaching now is called Social Implications of Communication Technology. And my primary hypothesis in that class that I try to get my students to believe in is that technology makes us better people. That is, that's the main thesis that I try to get students to believe, and we spend a quarter working at that.
No matter if it's a text received at the dinner table or checking Twitter with a group of friends, social media is sabotaging relationships.
Well, I think a lot more of our communication is going through technology to make us accessible all the time at any hours.
Our group wanted to focus on how relationships have changed over the years due to new ways of communicating.
In relationships before, you may not have been able to get a hold of your significant other unless they were at home by the phone. Now you call someone on their cell phone, they don't answer, you're like, what's going on? Why aren't you answering my calls? Why aren't you responding to my texts? Because we have all that way of communicating.
The core source of why relationships are being skewed is the fact that online there are no nonverbal communications such as hand gestures or facial expressions.
Nonverbal communication is a huge deal. So studies have found that in a given message, we actually determine 80 to 90% of its meaning from the nonverbal message that accompanies it.
So when that percent of communication is not delivered online, it often leads to miscommunication. However, people have learned to take advantage of Facebook so that they can hide their facial expressions and reactions on purpose.
You don't have to deal with things like face-to-face rejection. So if you're going to ask someone out on a date and they're going to have to turn you down, then you have that kind of embarrassment or that sensation, and it's hard to distance yourself from that. Like, how do you handle that in interpersonal context? Whether if it's over text or email, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, it's easier to brush off because you don't have to deal with kind of the embarrassment. It's a way for us to kind of manage our face and kind of feel more comfortable doing those things.
So this digitalization of communicating with others takes away from the true meaning of relationships. Relationships no longer are based on face-to-face or personal interactions, but instead over the computer. Dr. Brandon Vanderhyde agreed with Dr. Jesse Fox by stating,
Scientific studies that we've done that have actually shown, when you compare face-to-face groups, people who talk together face-to-face versus talk together using computers, people have displayed more positive affect, more positive feelings toward others.
Therefore, relationships are becoming more and more negative and superficial based on a false reality created online. This led us to wonder if current problems in relationships have a connection to social networking.
Mark, there is a girl in your art history class. Her name is Stephanie Addis. Do you happen to know if she has a boyfriend? Have you ever seen her with anyone? And And if not, do you happen to know if she's looking to go out with anyone?
People don't walk around with a sign on them that says them. Shit, that looks good. That looks really good. It's clean and simple. No Disneyland, no live new girls. Watch. But you're right. Relationship status. Interested in. This is what drives life.
Now, with this creation of a relationship status, it allows ultimate access into people's personal lives. Our group wanted to get an array of opinions from multiple generations dealing with the social networking issues. We started with Mr. Priest, a father of 3 teenage girls. We wanted to get someone's view that grew up before the Facebook era and his thoughts on how social networking affects relationships.
Well, I don't use it. And the reason why? I don't see a need to. I think it's too easy to say something that's not true and it could go viral overnight. And there's no way you can stop that.
We then wanted to ask him how not using social networking has affected his marriage.
We celebrated 21 years. Without it, we're still going strong. So I don't see why we needed it. And I don't see why we need it now. I don't need to post anything to brag about how long we've been married or it's just a relationship between Julie and myself. That's it. Nobody else needs to know about it.
When asked about teenage relationships, he replied,
Too much information causes too much drama. So one person says this and it's taken out of context, and you have to do a whole lot of explaining because you didn't really mean it this way. Put it on the internet or Facebook and it could be taken the wrong way.
Next, we wanted to get a teenager's perspective from Sierra Beaumier on how social networking affects her relationship with her boyfriend.
It's caused us to break up once, just because we got in such a huge fight over a tweet or someone tweeting somebody else, like a guy or him tweeting a girl. We both freak out about it and it just looks bad. I think that it can ruin it just because everyone can see it. So if you tweet something or post something on Facebook or Twitter and you say something rude about it or do a subtweet or something and the person you're dating can see it and then everyone, all your friends can see it.
We next wanted to know why teens continue to use Facebook and Twitter even though teens knew these sites caused drama.
I think it's just because kids don't really care. They don't know how else to express themselves, so they just put it all over Twitter or Facebook.
Based on teenage relationship issues, we wanted to find out how social networking could affect divorce rates in the future.
It's becoming increasingly common. There's an association of matrimonial lawyers that does research every year, and they ask questions about how often you're seeing Facebook emerge in divorce proceedings, and it's skyrocketing. Stat was something like 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 divorce cases actually cites Facebook as evidence in the proceedings.
An example of this can be found when one of Ann Altschuler's clients came to him seeking a divorce. She claimed she had photos of her husband drinking at a party on Facebook when her husband had promised to quit drinking. Facebook is intervening in human relationships where it is unwanted.
Why should Facebook dictate what your relationship means to you?
People ask, is it Facebook official? In our society, if it's not, technically that means you're not in a relationship with someone. Based on when Mr. Priest was talking on how posts can go,
and it could go viral overnight, and there's no way you can stop that.
We wanted to find out if this could have a negative effect on someone's future, such as getting a job.
That they are constantly collecting tweets and Facebook. All they're doing is collecting all that information and tying it to your name. And then 5 years from now, when you're on the job market, they're going to say, look at all this information we have about all the things that you did, and you can either pay us a fee. Well, and the company you're applying for, you want to go work at, the Limited or IBM or whatever local employer in Columbus, they are requesting this information, and so we could sell it to them, or you can pay us not to give that information to them, which is essentially corporate blackmail. But you know, it's you're paying a fee for your privacy maintenance, or the corporation can pay a fee to have that information. So that's a startup that has gotten millions of dollars of funding in Silicon Valley, and that's what they're doing. So the idea that what you put online is not going to haunt you, no such thing as deleting anything on Facebook. Everything that has ever been posted on Facebook, that's just the way it is. Even when it's deleted, like they've done studies, people, journalists, everyone can like go back and access information that's been deleted. So the thing that I think is most dangerous about Facebook is it's not just you controlling your image. You might do everything in your power to do what you want and say what you want and look the way you want and look professional, but your friends may not have the same standards that you do. So the one time you go out and cut loose and get a little crazy at a party and you're like, okay, cool, I'm not putting any pictures of that, I'm not talking about that on my Facebook, and then your friend uploads every single picture and tags you in every single one of them, and then you're like, oh my gosh. Well, you can untag those pictures, but they're still up on their account, and that there's still a record of that tag having happened.
A study that looked at, you know, even if human resources departments are technically not allowed to be looking at your personal life, but they do have access to some of this information, even though they say they don't look at it. It turns out that these negative things about you can have a significant effect.
People have been taught that what they say on the internet can come back to haunt them, but they don't realize how significant the effects will be when applying for jobs in the future. Next, we wanted to get someone from our community that dealt with this topic. So we went to our principal, Todd Meyer, at Olentangy Orange High School to discuss his hiring process.
By the time the applicants for a teaching position get to the final round, so we narrow it down to 2 or 3, we always ask them a question, you know, do you have a Facebook account? And if they answer yes, which a lot of them nowadays do answer yes, they have a Facebook account, we ask them, is there anything, if anything on their Facebook account that would bring shame to them or to the district? We do talk to them about being careful with Facebook, what's posted, and then not only do we have policies and procedures with the district, but the state of Ohio also has professional conduct code of that.
Although Mr. Meyer said there is not a lot of emphasis put into applicants' Facebook right now, our group proposed the idea that once the Facebook era catches up to others applying for jobs, they will be turned down due to more restrictions on applications in the future.
I think that it is more beneficial in the long run for the general population. We generally see less negative deviant behavior.
Even though we opposed Dr. Brandon Vanderhyde's viewpoints on the effects of social networking, his interview was essential for us moving forward. He was able to open our minds to the positives that come from social networking. However, if we just focus on the positives, the negative effects would be overlooked and no one would benefit.
Good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
No censorship on social networking websites leads to future problems in our society, ranging from relationships to jobs, because teenagers aren't adequately supervised and properly educated on how to manage their social lives online. Our group decided there was a need for action to solve this problem in our community. Dr. Jesse Fox proposed the solution of media literacy to the society's ongoing quandary.
Most every other country has what is known as media literacy. So just like you would learn science and math and history, you have like communication or a media class, and you learn things like basic media literacy, like, okay, who owns the television networks? Why are they sending me these messages? To who has control and access to my information on social media sites? I think that should be mandatory. Some states like New Mexico do have that built in their curriculum. Ohio does not.
You're smart.
Yeah, it's incredibly important, because the bottom line is you walk out of high school, you are spending, on average, the average kid between the ages of 8 and 18 spends 7 hours and 34 minutes with media a day. The thing is, we're keeping this huge gap where we're not teaching people about the thing that they use the most, and that's just a dangerous way to like continue society. So having seminars, having speakers come to high school, having classes, I think it should be mandatory when you get to college. Like, let's talk about your social media profile. Globally, I think it's really important though that we do understand that stuff, because it does have the, you know, it's only, we're collectively, culturally kind of, you know, we have to like keep mindful and be the leaders in the world and kind of really maintain our position. And by doing that, we need to learn everything we can learn. And I think control over one's social media presence is a huge component of that.
Okay. Thank you for your
That was so great. Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
In a media literacy class, students would learn how to monitor what they post online and how what they post now will affect their relationships and jobs in the future. People aren't being educated on what they use the most: social networking websites. If we don't stop this ongoing phenomenon, true relationships will become destroyed and job opportunities will plummet. Facebook should be what Mark Zuckerberg intended it to be, a site for sharing pictures and updating statuses, without interfering with the rest of its users' reality. Facebook is dictating our futures beyond our comprehension. So before posting away your life's dreams, think if it's really necessary. When it isn't, log off and dictate your own future.
It's a special what's happening to all my soldiers over there in Iraq. Everybody right here. What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying? Stop looking at what you ain't got, start being thankful for what you do got. Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey! That's right.
We're gonna go far, cause everyone knows who you are. So live your life. You steady chasing that paper, just live your life. Ain't got no time for no haters, just live your life. Don't tell them where it'll take ya, just live your life. Cause I'm a paper chaser, just living my life. My life, my life, my life, just living my life. My life.
Do you ever see abusive posts on Facebook or Twitter?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you do anything about it?
No, I've never done anything about it.
Ever see abusive posts on Facebook or Twitter?
All the time.
So, if you see them, do you do anything about it?
No, I just laugh at it.
Are you more comfortable talking to people on Facebook or face-to-face?
Face-to-face. I feel like if you talk on Facebook, I mean, it's natural that, like, if you type something up, the way someone interprets it, it's going to be different from when you actually talk to them about it.
Because you never know if it's two friends joking, and if it's not, then if that person's getting made fun of, why don't they just delete that person?
You have time to think what you're gonna say or respond. So it's like my friends, like this guy and this guy. Just try to talk to them first.
Would it change? Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely would. I would not say that. So.
I mean, yeah, it would. I'd be more secure about what I post.
It would benefit a lot of people, especially me. I think I'd be more aware of how posting online can actually affect us in like our future.
Definitely stories of people that have been affected by things that like filter what you say, and people that have been affected by not getting jobs or being accepted to colleges.
I don't really know like how they meant it, because it's not really how, like, it's never the message, it's how it's delivered.
Networking background that can be used against you when you apply for college or a job in the future. And
yeah, but once I get to college stuff, I'm probably gonna delete my stuff. So
did you know that they can look that up even if it's deleted, and you have to pay those companies?
So live your life.